DC Studios' Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is currently filming in London, and there's a lot to talk about. But before we get started, don't forget to smash that like button, comment below, and subscribe for more content like this. House of the Dragon's Millie Alcock stars as Supergirl, aka Kara Zor-El, Superman's cousin. It's going to be exciting to see her take on this role and discover what she brings to the character. Matthias Schoenhertz takes on the role of the villain Krem of the Yellow Hills. Best known for his work in smaller, more independent films, we'll have to see how audiences react to him playing the antagonist in a big-budget superhero movie. Eve Ridley from Netflix's Three Body Problem stars as Ruthie Mary Knoll, a young girl who joins Supergirl on a cosmic journey. This is her first movie role, and that could actually work in her favor, making it easier for the audience to see her as the character. Jason Momoa returns to the DC universe, but this time as the intergalactic bounty hunter Lobo. It's a role that's sure to bring some chaos and humor to the movie, and it'll be fun to see his character shake things up. And most recently, David Krumholtz and Emily Beacom signed on as Supergirl's parents, Zor-El and Allura. While the plot is still under wraps, the movie is an adaptation of the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic book by Tom King and Bilquis Evely. It tells the story of Ruthie Mary Knoll, a young girl living in a distant alien world. After the devastating loss of her father at the hands of Krem of the Yellow Hills, Ruthie searches for a mercenary to hire to get revenge. This search leads her to Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl, and her trusty companion, Krypto the Superdog. Based on James Gunn's comments, in this movie we're going to see a much grittier version of Supergirl compared to previous portrayals. Gunn mentioned how the character was raised in a much harsher environment than Superman, which should add a more complex layer to her story. It's definitely an intriguing take, and I'm curious to see how this approach pans out. It's a big role, but Millie Alcock has already proven she can handle complex characters like a pro. Her ability to balance strength and defiance on HBO's House of the Dragon is why she's such an exciting choice to play Supergirl. Her character, Rhaenyra Targaryen, was bold, headstrong, and fiercely independent, often clashing with her father and others who tried to dictate her choices, whether it's about taking a suitor or fulfilling her royal duties. While her stubbornness put her at odds with expectations, it also shaped her into a natural leader over time. Alcock captured Rhaenyra's defiance perfectly, balancing her confidence with a playful, carefree attitude. It's that same vibrant energy that makes her such a great pick for Supergirl. Kara Zor-El's story isn't just about being a superhero, it's about dealing with loss, finding purpose, and stepping out from Superman's shadow. Speaking of being in Superman's shadow, Supergirl will first appear in James Gunn's Superman movie, laying the groundwork for Woman of Tomorrow. On her personal Instagram account, Alcock shared her excitement about joining the DC universe, saying, "So excited to be part of the DC family," and expressed her gratitude to James Gunn, writing, "Thank you so much to @JamesGunn for trusting me with Kara/Supergirl," making it clear that she's ready to give this role everything she's got. As I mentioned earlier, Supergirl will be joined by Krypto in Woman of Tomorrow. You may have noticed Krypto seems to be getting a little more attention at DC lately, moving away from the campy portrayals we've seen in the past. In the series Titans, Krypto was Connor Kent, aka Superboy's pet dog, and the subject of many experiments. Krypto didn't just stand by Connor's side, he was a loyal companion that packed some serious power. He had heat vision, super strength, and invulnerability, showing that he was more than just a sidekick. And in the Superman trailer, we see Krypto kicking up a cloud of snow as he races through the Arctic to aid Superman. It's a memorable moment. That show of strength, endurance, and loyalty is what I hope the character will bring to Supergirl. We all know that James Gunn loves animals, so we can expect to see more DC animal sidekicks get their time in the spotlight, like Comet the Superhorse, which actually appears in the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic book. Taking on our heroes is the ruthless swordsman and archer Krem of the Yellow Hills, played by Matthias Schoenhertz. While Schoenhertz is definitely a talented actor with standout performances in films like Rust and Bone, the Belgian actor is not exactly a household name in the US. Outside of his role in Netflix's The Old Guard, most American audiences likely haven't seen his other films. Typically, superhero movies tend to cast recognizable actors as villains, and often more famous than the ones playing the heroes. Think Gene Hackman in Superman and Jack Nicholson in Batman. They do this because having a well-known actor play a villain can really raise the stakes and bring a bigger audience, especially those who might not usually watch a superhero movie. That's one of the reasons why James Gunn chose to cast Jason Momoa as Lobo. I'll dive more into how Lobo fits into the story later on in the video. That said, I'm really curious to see how Schoenhertz can bring Krem's cunning side to life in a way that makes him a truly intimidating villain. One that will drive audiences to see the movie, if only to see what Supergirl is willing to do to defeat him. This is a meaty role, and it's one that could give Schoenhertz the chance to really shine and create some memorable moments on screen. Krem of the Yellow Hills is such a fascinating character, and if Schoenhertz nails it, this could be the kind of role that makes him a lot more recognizable to audiences. The other big bad in the movie is Lobo, played by Jason Momoa. We've known for a while that Momoa was linked to the character, which originally had a lot of fans thinking that he might just be starring in his own movie. While Lobo doesn't actually appear in the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic book miniseries, writer Tom King said that he initially wanted to include him. For those not familiar with Lobo, he's an intergalactic bounty hunter with a wild, violent personality. He's got superhuman strength, regenerative abilities, and a knack for destruction, making him a pretty serious threat. Lobo is usually depicted as a long-haired biker type who rides a space cycle with a giant chained hook and thrives on chaos. Although no details have been leaked about his role in the film, Lobo is often portrayed in the comics as a wisecracking anti-hero. In the movie, he will likely play a mercenary working alongside Krem and serving as an enemy to Supergirl. This will be Lobo's first big screen appearance, though he's been seen in live action before. The character appeared in the second season of the prequel series Krypton, which takes place about 200 years before the birth of Superman. While Jason Momoa was fantastic as Aquaman, it honestly feels like he was born to play Lobo. This character is a perfect fit for him, and I really think Lobo is exactly what the movie needs. Though Krem of the Yellow Hills is still the main villain of the movie, Lobo may turn out to be the most memorable. And who knows, if everything goes well, Lobo might just land his own standalone movie after all. One thing that has been bugging me is the choice of Craig Gillespie as the director for this movie. Supergirl is a huge, effects-heavy superhero movie, and I'm not totally sure if Gillespie's filmmaking style is a right fit for something this big. It's a bit of a risky pick, especially when you consider that he hasn't directed a major blockbuster before. Superhero films come with their own unique challenges, both in terms of visuals and the kind of pacing they demand. A lot of the time, these films need a director who has experience with massive action sequences and the high stakes that comes with them. But at the end of the day, James Gunn is the one making the call, and I trust that he sees something in Gillespie's vision that makes him a good fit for this part of the DC universe. So I'm willing to give it a shot and see where Gillespie takes this. I think the film has a lot of potential, and there's so many interesting characters and elements to look forward to. So tell me, what do you think about this look at Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow? Who are you most looking forward to seeing? Millie Alcock as Supergirl or Jason Momoa as Lobo? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below because I really want to know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Cinema Maverick channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.